So I'm back. So I have two jobs today along with the MIFS Food and Farming Facilitation Team, and I'd like to introduce them really quickly. Rory Nooner raises her hand over there, and Joanna Treeweiler, JT, is right there. So our first job is logistics along with the registration table and Diane Drago's team. If you need to find a room, find a bathroom, figure out where you were parked, anything like that, those folks can help you with logistics. The other thing that we're here today to do is, just as you saw that circle going around, is that every single person in this room needs to take their place at the good food table and to see themselves as important, whether you're back at one of the exhibitor stations, whether you're sitting here, whether you're brand new to this or you're up here, that we all have to make this happen. So we want you to engage today in maybe a way that some of us do naturally and some of us need a little nudging. So I'm going to ask everybody to take out your packet. And if you don't have one, raise your hand and one of the facilitators will go get you one, so if anybody needs one. And if you open it up, on the right-hand side is the program for today. And you'll note, for instance, right on the back is a map, which should help you find your way if you can't find one of those folks or you're upstairs and you're looking. Also on the front, and most importantly, is the fact that this says, take your place at the table. And to take something is an action. It is not passive. Right behind that is a green card, and I'm going to ask all of you to also take out your green card. One side has a line and says an apostrophe S action plan for today, October 28th, 2014. Would you please put your name there? Just write your name in there. You're not going to have to turn these in, and we won't announce them afterwards what you wrote on them, but we want, if you lose it, to be able to find you, since everybody's is green and there's a lot of us here. The other piece about this card is note that on that side you just put your name. It says 3 new people and contact information, 3 new ideas, and 3 action steps. So your job today, in addition to having fun and some of you presenting and listening as best as you can if you're not presenting, or even when you are presenting, listening, is to actually meet 3 new people. It's a big room. My guess is there is no one in here that knows everybody. Anybody know everyone in the room? Raise your hand because I want to know you. Okay, good. So 3 new people, and we do say contact information. I don't know about you guys, but I get business cards and sometimes I lose them, so it gives you a place to write this down, write their phone number or email. An idea, either one-on-one that you hear or an idea in a workshop, 3 new ideas. And then most importantly, what are you going to do with that? When you leave here, how are you going to take your place at the table? 3 ideas of things you want to do in the next 2 weeks. Not next year, but in the next 2 weeks. Are you going to call one of these people, or are you going to take some action? So, don't want to just talk about doing this, we want to actually do it. We're going to take 5 minutes, and I'll give you the quick instructions. It's going to be interesting because there's a lot of people in this room. And I'm going to ask you in a minute, after I give the instructions, to stand up, to move away from your table. So this is not talk to the person right next to you. Have to go to find someone new that you don't know, that you've never spoken to. I know, already people's hearts are going. A new person, and we'll make it a little bit fun. They have to have a piece of clothing that has a similar color to some piece of clothing you're wearing. So I'd look for people in green or black. It's really easy. There's a lot of black in the room on your shirts or pants. You can find somebody with a similar piece of clothing. You're going to have 5 minutes, and here's what I want you to do. Okay, don't find them yet. You have to have the instructions. Here's what I'd like you to do. Notice on the other side of the card, the question is, which goal are you most engaged in achieving? Now, these are the 6 Good Food Charter goals. And they're going to be up on the screen probably right after I stop talking. So there are 6 goals that go with this Good Food Charter, and if they don't come up on the screen, voila, they're in your packet on the left side. So on the left side, you'll see those 6 goals. All we want you to do with that new person is talk for 2 minutes, introduce each other, yourself to the other person, and each of you take 2 minutes and talk about which goal you're currently most engaged in. If you are not yet engaged in one of these goals, talk about which one you'd like to be engaged in and why. That's it. Answer the question and talk for 5 minutes to somebody you've never met before. The final instruction, kind of getting all your attention again would be a little hard. So we're going to do one of those really simple facilitation things. I'm going to raise my hand up here after 5 minutes. When I raise my hand, would you please raise your hand? Could everybody do that? Yay. And no, keep them up. Stretch, no. When your hand's raised, that means please stop talking. So if you raise your hand and you just keep talking, it doesn't work. You have to raise your hand and stop talking, and then I'll bring everybody back, do a couple more things, and we'll go to our first keynotes. Any questions about the directions? It is 9:16, so at 9:21, I'm raising my hand. Go.